Welcome to the Berry Festival. Welcome to this little demo here. And actually, I've been asked to take on a little challenge, which is to make something today that uses canned berries. So I'm using canned blueberries, which is something interesting. When it's not berry season, it's a great alternative. So right now you can get a ton of fresh berries, and what I'm going to make you can use with fresh berries. But there's something interesting about using canned blueberries as well, because berries, of course, have a whole host of great health benefits. Berries, when combined with a simple sugar, like just regular cane sugar or ice cream or cake or something, actually reduces the spike of your blood sugar. So berries, in conjunction with regular sugar, actually affects your blood sugar less than it would if you were just eating ice cream or just eating sugar. So something really interesting. And what I'm making today, I'm going to do a salmon that's going to be served in lettuce cups with some shredded vegetables. And then the highlight, of course, is the flavorful sauce. So I'm going to be making an Asian-style blueberry chutney. And usually with a chutney, you're going to start with some kind of fruit, some kind of sugar, to let it reduce and kind of caramelize and get really nice and the right texture for chutney. Some savories and some aromatics. So I'm going to be using garlic and ginger. We're using some basil. I may even throw in some cilantro. So and lime juice, and then a little bit of hot chili sauce. So I, as often as possible, especially when I'm cooking at home, don't work with recipes. So I'm not going to be doing this based on a recipe. I'm just going to be freestyling here, and I'm going to taste it, and then I'm going to let you guys, invite you to taste it. I'm going to take these blueberries. These blueberries are in just regular old sugar and water. You can find canned blueberries in just like the, I guess, fruit section, or in the aisles of New Seasons or Whole Foods, or hopefully most grocery stores will have them, where you may find baking ingredients like for fruit. We're going to add in some lime juice. The best way to get the most of a lime is actually to press on it, get it kind of all the juice more squeezable, especially if you're going to do it by hand like I'm going to. And then just kind of squeeze it into this pan. We're using the sugars in the canned blueberry to actually make it reduce and get nice and sticky. So I did about, I guess, 4 inches of ginger, and I did 5 cloves of garlic. I'm going to wait to add the basil into the end, but I am going to chop it now and keep it aside. So we have the cilantro here, and this also smells amazing. So I'm just going to kind of roughly chop this in. We're going to add some sriracha, which is a secret ingredient to many chefs. Maybe not so secret anymore, but it is a really wonderful chili sauce that adds some nice savory elements. Be half a teaspoon of salt, and then let it just stand and see what happens. I'm going to do the same with pepper. Pepper will make it nice and spicy. And this is coconut oil, which I'm going to be cooking the salmon in. All right, so put this over here. And I'm going to let that hang out over there. I'll let you know as it's starting to reduce down. So you do want it on very high heat, and in your home kitchen it's going to be bubbling and boiling, and you're going to want to stir it occasionally. But you do want it on high heat because we are trying to reduce out that liquid. We have some really beautiful local salmon here, wild salmon. Salt and pepper on the top here. Coconut oil is a really healthy fat. There we go. Coconut oil is really high, it's stable at high heat, so you can actually fry in coconut oil. I'm going to not overdo the pan here and just do 2 pieces at a time. So I'm just going to let this sit for about 4 minutes. This chutney is starting to smell really nice. I smell some of the savory aromatics. In the meantime, we're going to shred our vegetables. Just shredding, I'm going to shred a couple, or actually all of these carrots, and then I'm going to finely chop or finely slice these snap peas, and then we're going to shred the zucchini. Okay, so now we have these beautiful vegetables. We're going to add some salt and pepper, and like I mentioned before, I'm going to add a little bit of this rice vinegar. Do this. Ta-da! Okay, still bubbling, still beautiful. It's reduced down probably by half in liquid, and at this point I'm just trying to see the blueberries are sitting on top here. I'm just going to take this little masher. It can have some texture. I actually like it when a chutney has some texture to it. So I'm going to put this back on just for a little bit, But the true test to see if you're at where you are, which is to get a nice consistency, is to see if it coats the back of a spoon, which I bet it does at this point. So if you are reducing a fruit sauce and making, a fruit sauce is just a coulis, which would be fruit cooked down with some kind of sugar and maybe a spice like cinnamon or maybe just salt and vanilla. And you want to see it, it's going to have more liquid, and you want it to come back to the point where it'll coat that back of the spoon. So we're looking pretty good. So that salmon is cooking on the back. We're going to add in, I think, a good amount. I like a lot of herbs in my cooking, so, but if you wanted to just serve it without the herbs, that'd be fine too. So again, by adding them in at the end, we're releasing the oils in them a little later on so that it has a stronger flavor. I'm going to flip this salmon. I let it go a little longer on this first side, so now the second side won't take as long. I'm going to show you what this one looks like. So now we have all of our components. We have the salmon, I'm going to cut in small pieces. We have a salad, which is going to go inside the lettuce cup, and then we have delicious fruit topping. This is looking pretty good. I'm just going to cut it in long pieces, kind of following the lines of the fish. And 10 minutes, so I'm ready for my salad cups actually. So we're just going to put this in a lettuce cup here, nice and fresh. I'm going to take a small amount of the salmon and go ahead and do that. And bam, and we are ready to go.